The pup didn't feel like eating earlier, and I know if he doesn't eat right now, he's going to be bugging me at some point. So I had to get him fed. But whenever you're ready.
Hold on, this thing is giving me a hard time now. Tell me this is going to be a jerk. DoktorHigh, I'm having issues here.
Yeah, it's not letting you go live.
It's not letting me go live on Facebook. I think we're on YouTube right now, but we are not on Facebook. For some reason. Hold on. Let me see. Why don't you pretend like we're talking about something while I continue to look at this, figure out what the hell happened here.
All right. So I'm just going to talk about a little thing that I saw this morning. A study that's been done on cannabis use during pregnancy. And as much as cannabis is safe at most other times, it appears to use cannabis when you're pregnant may not be a good thing. It says that actually more women are turning to cannabis these days in their first trimester of pregnancy to help counteract the symptoms of morning sickness and the things that come.
Good morning, DD Debs. DoktorHigh, I'm going to make a run for it real quick. Grab Mrs. Hippie. You're in charge.
Okay.
She's better than I am.
How you doing, Didi?
Right now, we're in bad shape here.
So, yeah, it
on the radio.
More women have been using cannabis during those first 3 months of pregnancy, which, would appear to be safe enough. But there's a new study that's warning that the exposure to THC during pregnancy could have long-term effects on a child's development. It says the researchers were Oregon Health and Science University have uncovered evidence suggesting that consuming THC during pregnancy could have significant implications for fetal development, leading to lifelong health impacts for the offspring. It was well, good morning, Mississippi. How are you?
You don't see me, but yes, I'm there. Oh, because the camera.
So,
Yeah.
it says there's
lost access to your face.
some need for caution when it comes to cannabis use during pregnancy. So I guess the study was done on primates, so monkeys or chimpanzees or something of that nature. And the observation was that exposing pregnant subjects to THC resulted in alterations in the placental and fetal epigenome. So I don't know what epigenome is, but they're going to explain. Epigenetics refers to the chemical modifications to DNA that regulate and control gene expression, meaning determining when and where genes are activated. So the observed changes in gene regulation and expressions were consistent with those associated with various behavioral conditions, including autism spectrum disorder and ADHD. It says these conditions have been linked to adverse health outcomes in childhood and adolescence, such as poor memory, verbal reasoning skills, increased hyperactivity, impulsivity, and attention. So it goes on to say that cannabis is one of the most commonly used drugs and is widely available across the country. So there is a common perception that is completely safe to use. But there has shown to be some risks anyway, at least when it comes to pregnancy at the moment. So it goes on to tell us how the study was conducted. In these primates, THC was administered through daily edibles, and its effects were compared to a placebo group. The researchers focused on evaluating the epigenetic changes in key areas crucial for healthy prenatal development, the placenta, fetal lung, brain, and heart. It revealed that THC exposure led to alterations in the epigenome, the process that relates, or the process that translates genetic information into observable traits. Genes, which are segments of DNA, play a vital role in different bodily and cognitive functions. So it's pretty interesting, but what it's good to see is that there is some investment right now in studies being done, because this is a pretty important one. If ladies are, hey, Crazy Lori, how are you? Happy birthday, it sounds like. I heard Mon Fête, a happy birthday song. So it must be your birthday today. So happy birthday. I hope it's the first day of the best year of your life so far.
I think I got us where we need to be.
Oh.
Woohoo.
Technical difficulties. What are we doing? Imagine there's people out there right now who are very concerned that they may not get their dose of Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh.
They need, yes.
You know what I mean? We have to solve that.
Yeah, I mean, the radio was working and YouTube was working, but the people that follow us on Facebook were suddenly shut down, but I figured it out and I think we're good. It wasn't Facebook, it was technical on our end.
Ah.
I think I got it. All right. It was good seeing you.
Good seeing you too. Nice. So we're back in business, are we?
I think so. I hope so.
Well, that would be good.
All right, you can hear me?
Hey, there's Kelly, so we must be on Facebook.
Yep, I see little Facebook things.
So that's a good sign.
Yep. All right, sorry, guys. Woo! I don't know what I did. I touched something. I told her I'm not allowed to touch nothing.
Well,
She's
these
like,
things happen.
She's like, you got to figure it out on your own. Well, this is what happens when I figure it out on my own.
Oh, well.
Now she paid the price. She had to come back.
There we go.
She had to come back and fix it anyway. Happy birthday to you, Lori. Everybody wish Lori a happy birthday. Today is her, oh goodness, it's a lot of math. 17th anniversary of her 21st birthday. Is that right?
17th anniversary of her 21st birthday. She's 277 years old today.
17th anniversary of her 21st birthday. So it's been 48 years young. 21 and 17 is 48, right?
I was just thinking 17 times.
All right. Anyway, somebody, I think Mrs. Hippie farted in here and then left because, whoo.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, she was like, let me get out of here. And she ran. It was nice that she left the door open, though.
That was generous.
Yeah, she's sweet like that.
You know, they're actually good for you, eh?
Farts?
Farts, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually good for you.
Good for your heart. The more you eat. No, those are beans.
Actually, they're good for your brain. They can prevent you, or not prevent you, but
that explains it, Curly Kel.
The hydrogen sulfide gas that's emitted when you fart actually
damn woman
can protect your brain from
protecting something in here. Good Lord. I'm blaming her, but it was really me.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
It's on the radio, so I can't blame myself. I have to blame her. Oh, man, somebody stinks. It's a tiny room for somebody to be pooping in. That's a bathroom. I'm supposed to poop in the bathroom.
That's the whole point. You actually conduct the show from sitting on the bowl. No?
Right. I'm on the bowl, so if I have to go, I just drop it.
Well, I tell you, that shows that you're a daredevil, eh? You're definitely a daredevil because water and electricity don't mix.
And I got 4 power strips in here. I got no electricity in this room, so I have 1 electrical cord running in here, and I have like 75 cords plugged into 4 power strips.
Oh, so you got the octopus outlet on top of it all.
Oh, fire! I'm like that Christmas tree on Chevy Chase with that Christmas tree.
That's it. You like the funny end.
Oh no! Nobody make a move from A Christmas Story when the tree goes out. Yeah.
That's
Speaking
very
of trees, how was your weekend, Dr. High? I got to talk to you. I got to talk to you about some stuff.
I just worked.
Yeah,
I worked and worked and worked. I finally got today's the.
I know, Brian. Mrs. Hippie is a slacker, and I'm gonna beat her butt. I got it. Actually, she was supposed to reach out to Dr. High. Dr. High, I am gonna have to ask you. I don't know what site you sent the book to because I don't have it. I've looked at all 3 of my website, all 3 of my emails, and I have not received it from you. So I don't know if you sent it to somebody else in another land.
No, I don't believe so. But
I don't. You're gonna have to send it again if you get a chance.
Well, that's not a problem.
Or if you want to just send it right to Brian, this way I don't have to be responsible. Because
I can do that. I can do it either way. I just need an email. Once I have an email,
but I should have had that emailed already. I apologize, Brian. Thank you, Lori. But yeah, no, it's my fault. My fault 100%. I should, and then I forget, and then I get stoned, and then I forget, and I get stoned. And then I'm like, oh, Brian, let me get Brian. I saw Brian in Mrs. Hippie show last night, and I said, oh, fuck, let me remind Mrs. Hippie to send that over because I don't even know where it is. And I'm thinking, I can't find it. And it's probably here, Dr. High. It's just, I can't find it.
I sent it to hippie.wthcradio@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's where it should have been. That's me. I'm not going to look now because I'll screw something up. Good morning, Corrine. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. Good morning. Thank you so much. We had a little bit of difficulty getting on this morning. The hippie touched something he wasn't supposed to. Screwed everything up. Couldn't get on Facebook. We were just on YouTube for the first 5 minutes, but Mrs. Hippie came in, saved the day, and then left me a present and ran out of the room. And now, whoo. No, that wasn't her. That was me. I'm sorry. What up, Dee Dee Dabs in the house? Woo, woo.
That's funny.
All right. So, Dr. High.
Hey, how come I don't see the live on your page? What page do you go live on? WTHC Radio?
It should be, but that's what I just asked Mrs. Hippie, and she was like, no, it goes like this. And I'm like, no, you're wrong. For some reason, we're probably not on WTHC Radio, right?
I don't see you.
We blame
because I wanted to try what Little Boxes did the other day and then share the broadcast, right? So
I know what you're saying, but
a little wider audience there, but I didn't. I don't see it. So
my damn feet keep tagging posts in the chat over here.
Morning, Kelly. I had a very busy weekend. I worked my butt off, but I'm very pleased with the results. So that's how my weekend was. How was yours? How's those carts? Are you enjoying them? Did they turn out to be a good selection for you? Morning, Brian. Oh, we're going to rectify that. I just emailed that back to Hippie right now.
All right. And then I got a couple noises in my head, so I'm thinking.
Morning, Jeff. How's it going? Brian, Colleen, good morning. Dee Dee, yeah,
Shake.
they're earlier. So how's everybody today? Everybody have a good weekend? What'd y'all get up to? Smoke a little bit of weed?
Yes,
No?
yes. I want to talk to you about that, actually, Dr. High.
Okay.
I feel like I'm missing something. What?
do you mean?
I don't know. Now that I've and this distillate,
Yeah,
although I do love the high, it's a very good head high.
yeah.
High pot head. Anyway, it's coffee. It's making me cough a lot. Is that something that could be an issue?
Yeah. Well, I mean, distillate will do that. It's a little harder on your lungs, right? It's
Well, I don't know. Yeah, like at the end of the day, I'll be laying on the couch and I'll be getting that last cough out, and it just doesn't want to end. It's like I don't want to be the last cough. I
I
want to
don't
keep
want to be
coughing.
the last cough.
Yeah, and I laid there for like 30 minutes going, come on, get out.
Oh, you were laying down. If you sit up, the phlegm will transition and get it out easier. It won't stay trapped.
All right. So anyway, I feel like I'm not
Technical
changing the subject.
I don't know.
But I, like, I don't know, because I got the full grams of the distillate and then the half grams of the live resin, right? Live, the other ones, right? I don't know if it's the combo of them or what, but I'm missing something. I don't feel that same high that I was last week when I was just fucking smoking the shit out of everything.
Well, you're probably building up a little bit of tolerance.
Well, also, no. Maybe I just thought of this. Maybe it's because I'm not smoking as much. I'm trying to spray it out, right? Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe I'm not getting as high as I was before.
If you're being more conscious of your dosing and
I'm trying to be a little more conscious of my dosing.
Attention to it, right? Then yeah. I mean, right now, you've been getting high for a long time.
Yeah.
And you haven't paid attention all that time either, right? You just know that if I do this,
getting married while I was high. What the fuck had happened there? I wasn't paying attention. Next thing I know, I'm married. I got kids.
Listen, I like getting high so much that me and my wife got married on the beach in Jamaica. So that was the whole idea. You know what I mean? I wasn't doing nothing. It's no vacation to me if I can't smoke weed. It's no holiday. It's no trip. It's no nothing.
Well, we have a bigger issue over there. The birthday girl just had a doctor's appointment this morning. Happy birthday to you, birthday girl. And at the doctor's office, they said, we're going to put you on oxygen. You're going to be on a tank for the rest of your life.
COPD.
COPD, a whole bunch of other PDs.
Do you smoke cigarettes, Lori? Do you smoke cigarettes?
She did for a very long time, but she quit just recently. She got a patch on her arm. She's doing very good. Everybody, hands up for Lori for doing a great job of quitting that. But she's gonna have to quit smoking weed.
Well, it's a tough haul, man, to quit smoking. I quit myself just in January.
Good luck, Dee Dee Dabs, on your job interview.
Oh yeah, good luck for that. That's going to be some work. The lumberyard is going to be a good job.
Yeah, they say she can't even get. She's going to have to get some sort of something that she could put under her tongue, and hopefully that'll get her high. Like a distillate or something like that.
Here in Canada, you can buy them. I have some right here now.
By the way, we have to do some illegal stuff. My friend Raggy reached out to you, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but I don't know if you saw it or not. But he's at work right now. He can't access your website over there in the United Kingdom.
I wonder if he's able to get to the Great Britain portion of the site.
I don't know, but
because
he said
I actually went in.
I said, don't worry, Raggy, I got you. I will buy the drugs and I will ship them to you myself.
They're not drugs. They're mushrooms.
That's why I wasn't worried about it.
Not drugs.
He said, I'll get them. You just send me a lot of money and extra money for shipping and stuff, and then I'll just get them for you. But we got to talk about. Oh, there he is now. Hi, Mr. Slow.
Well, there's not a lot of weight to the packages, right? Like they're not heavy.
20 an hour. Good Lord. I ain't never made 20 an hour my whole entire life. Now these kids are out here making $20 an hour. I busted my ass. The best job I ever had was $23 an hour.
Really?
All my life, yeah.
Wow.
Besides when I worked for myself and I made like $28,000 in an hour, and I made,
Yeah, you got
selling stuff at auctions and stuff like that. I make lots of money doing that kind of stuff. But
see, I was lucky, man. When I was 18, 19 years old, I got a job at a chemical factory. And that job was paying almost $24 an hour back in 1987, 1986, when I started in there. And we got cost of living allowance, UAW. It was a great job. But after 5 years, I could not take the mindlessness of it anymore. It was factory work. I just couldn't do it. I said, fuck the money. I don't care about the money. I just can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So
no, well, I was working my first job, not my first job. I had a couple little stupid jobs before that, but my first real job out of high school was at a hospital as a food service in dietary. Well, at that job in 1988, I got hired at $7.75 an hour.
Wow.
When I left 10 years later in 1988, did I say 98? 1998, I left. 99, somewhere right around there, right before I met Mrs. Hippie. I left because the guy that was my boss was also a bad guy, and he got me interested in some bad stuff. But anyway, long story short, I should have never have left. He should have left, the fucking jerk, because I would have had I was making $23 an hour when I left that job in 98. And then, I was like, I can go anywhere and get this kind of a job and make that kind of money. Well, other hospitals didn't have the same union, didn't have the same workers and people who fought together to make their union the greatest union ever. And it was that we had such a great contract every time. It was awesome. And we would just, we set it up so our job was easy. A new company came in and we blew them away. They had no idea what they were doing. We made the place so that we ran the place. The place ran perfectly, but we set it up so that because we knew what we were doing and they didn't have any clue. And they were like, we're going to go off of what you guys do. You tell us how we got to do this, and we're going to work with you. We're the new company coming in. We're going to take over. And we were like, oh, all right. So we set it up so that everybody got like 3-hour breaks. And as long as all the work got done, and it was just awesome. I should have never have left. But anyway, we should be talking about drugs. Oh, no, that had something to do with drugs.
Who was talking about drugs?
We should be talking about drugs. Good morning, Maria. How are you?
Maria. What drugs?
Yes, I love drugs. Well, that's what they called.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I'm a drug
$20
addict.
an hour is good money. It's just good to be employed these days. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the rat trap. That's what they've done with all their advertising and showing us that if you want to be happy in life, you got to have the nice car and the big house and all these things. And they've twisted the reality up so much, right, that we've forgotten what really matters and where real happiness comes from. And we chase
us in our Discord room. Thank you, Timmy. I can't do that because I can't have a camera on both spots. So Timmy's got us playing in the back on Discord. If anybody's a member of our Discord, you can head over there and hang out and listen.
I can't figure out this Discord, man. I'm going to need
you need to get in there because, man, there's people asking me questions. I'm just making shit up over in there. I'm like, yeah, DoktorHigh told me to tell you smoke 5 joints an hour.
Yep.
That's what I tell them. I'm like, yep, that's professional.
Never let one go out.
Yeah, right. Light the next one. Light the next one with the last roach.
That's why Canagars are efficient for this purpose. Canagars. Haven't you seen the Canagars?
Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
Are they the cigars looking like?
Yeah, there's some guys in California, some companies in California making these cannabis cigars that are spectacular. Spectacular. I would love to be able to try them, but I'll never be able to. So,
So I'm going to tell you something. I read so much pertinent information this weekend about the medical marijuana, and I don't remember any of it. So I hope you have stuff to talk about. There was like some good stuff. I can't remember though.
all you got to remember are little tag words, and then we can start the conversations.
I know, like I'm hoping that you say something, and then I'll be like, "Oh, that's right, I read about that."
Like it's a super broad subject. It's very hard to.
Of course, and we have our friends out here who could ask questions. Of course, I'm more of a smoking 8 bowls within the hour. I agree with you, DD Dabs. I was always a bowl guy, but DoktorHigh has talked me out of it. He says it's bad. Bowls are bad, DD. Get away from them.
I mean, the glass pipes and the metal pipes and stuff like that. There's very short transition for that smoke, right, from heat to your lungs. Even if you use the glass filters in the in your glass pipe, right, the little daisy filters with little flowers or stars that you drop down to cover the hole. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen them or not, but they're little.
They're new. They call them screens, right? They're like little glass balls that you.
Yeah, they're glass. They're glass screen, exactly. But that's designed to prevent the material from passing through, right? Because I know that in my time, on more than one occasion, I sucked in a hot hash or a hot little ball of hash.
I got a full ashtray up in here. If I went through all the amount of times that I've swallowed stuff that I wasn't supposed to.
This is
like, there goes a ball of hash right down my throat. That wasn't supposed to happen.
And the other thing is that cannabis flower, at the point of combustion, has already far exceeded the temperature necessary to strip the plant of its beneficial ingredients. Right? So you're actually smoking plant material for no value. There's no value in it. It can only cause damage. It can't be beneficial. The consumption of plant material via inhalation cannot be good for you under any circumstances. And all the stuff that is good for you about the plant.
I've always said plants and vegetables are gross.
Yeah, it's long gone. This is part of the reason that when you smoke a joint, out of the 100% THC that's available in that joint, you only get about 25% of it, because that heater is 600, 700 degrees. That cherry on the ends of like 700 degrees where it's burning. All the volatile compounds are evaporating at 420 to 425 degrees.
Hence
and that's occurring this far ahead of the heater, that temperature as you pull, right? So 75% of the coconuts are going up in smoke. So there are so many reasons to consume it. And what Little Boxes taught us on Friday.
Oh, I wanted to ask you. How much did you make this weekend? How much emulsification did you do?
No, I didn't do any yet. I have to.
Oh, I thought for sure.
Think about it, but it is something that I'm definitely going to do.
But wait, I want to say something. Like you guys that go out there and you get your carts and you got that pen that says, touch it 3 times and it'll turn green. Touch it 3 times, it'll turn blue. Touch it 3 times, it'll turn yellow, and then 3 times it'll turn red. You guys that are putting it on red, you're just fucking your shit up, man. You don't need it that high. Put it on that green, that low level. That's where you're gonna taste the flavors. That's when you're gonna get the terpenes, the medical benefit from it. Going out there and blazing that shit is good, but it's not, it's just you're not tasting it, you're not enjoying it. Go ahead, DoktorHigh. Tell me to shut up.
No, but you're right. Like whatever different vaporizer companies that run on that light system, the light temperatures could be different between, let's say, PAX and Airizer and Stores and Bickle. You know what I mean? Whatever manufacturer, you could have a different, degree for that red light or that green light or that blue light or that yellow light. So really what I would say is if you're looking for the maximum removal of the most beneficial compounds in the plant, which we usually are, you want to use a temperature setting that's going to be maxing out right around the 420 degree mark. And it's really easy. 420 is a pretty magical number because it really is relevant when it comes to
420
cannabis. So that's the setting you want to use on a dry herb vaporizer, is the one that gets you closest to 420.
Happy 420 to everybody over there in the Netherlands. We missed that shit. We've been talking. Shit's all fucked up. I got to do a commercial. All right, everybody chill. Hang out. We're going to be right back. I mean, we'll still be here, but we got to play loud commercials and annoy us.
Hashtag
I love them. I love
always.
all of our sponsors. Don't think that I don't love you guys. I got to play your commercials. I don't want to forget you guys. All right. I'll be right back. We'll be right back. You're listening to Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh talking weed. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Sorge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix. Yeah, puppets, I got a list for Mrs. Hippie of stuff that she needs to send to you. He has puppets off the rack for cheap for Timmy over there. Contact Sorge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Okay, men, this is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now.
All right, brother. Go out See you later, Fungi.
And be an all-star caregiver.
Fungi, we should have Fungi up. Fungi, are you available this week at all? We'll have Fungi come up one day this week and we could talk mushrooms.
Emotionally and physically. You got to dig deeper.
Mushrooms. Hey, you know what's funny? I just got a.
No, you won't.
You know what Indeed is, right?
That's what caregivers do.
Who?
Don't give
Indeed.
Don't ever.
Yeah.
This is your time.
I follow.
Show the world
all the job in the cannabis industry.
That you're tougher than tough.
And the mushroom industry.
And
I just got an invitation to apply to be a mycologist at a new startup around here to be their head mushroom grower.
ERP and the ad council.
Needless to say, I'm not going to do it.
I'm proud, Anne. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing. But not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America.
Yeah, well, that's a big thing, especially like around Halloween. They were saying how bad, like people were leaving their, medical nerd ropes around, and kids were just picking them up, thinking they were candy.
Being a kid should be about
we'll get into it when we get back live, but yeah,
these children shouldn't miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's me, Mississippi. Check out Bern on TikTok at You Have Me Hooked. She's amazing. And everything she makes on TikTok, she sells at You Have Me Hooked 23 at Etsy. So you can watch her make it, and she'll make personalized stuff. So if you have an idea, like I would like this thing made, she can make it. She can make anything. She's an incredible artist. Check her out at You Have Me Hooked on TikTok and You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy.
WTHC. Good morning, everybody. It's 10:31 over here on the East Coast. I want to thank everybody for being here out there on Live365 and TuneIn, and of course, everybody over here on YouTube and or Facebook. You guys are amazing. Facebook, I own the rights to any music that I decide to play. Thank you, jerkbags. All right. Sorry, I had to get that in. And they keep pissing me off every day. It's a battle. I have to battle Facebook to do my job. I don't understand.
Well,
anyway,
yeah, I don't get it.
Go ahead.
I mean, you're licensed, right?
Yeah, I have everything I need. I just have to keep fighting them until they finally give up and say, "Okay,
yeah,
we believe you." I'm like, just go put it on WTHC on Live 365. You can. Hey, Fido, what's the dog's name?
Loki.
Loki.
Yep. The Norse god of mischief.
Yes. I got a cat that should be named Loki. Freaking thing just learned its voice this week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. My wife will go out the front door and it'll stand in the window for 45 minutes last night.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
I was like, shut up, Ralphie. Screaming, throwing things. Oh.
I'm a dog lover. I don't have much time for cats.
I like pussy.
Well, that's a different subject.
Cats, pussy cats. Sorry.
That's a different subject. So, Brian.
I have a dog as well. I had 2 dogs, but one just passed recently. So,
yeah,
anyway, let's get going. We need to get this game. We need to get the show focused. We got to focus here. I'm all fucked up.
Well, let's talk about what Brian said here because it's true. But the reason is not what you think. When you see it on the news, especially here in Canada, right? Because after legalization, you started seeing more stories in the news about children showing up in emergency rooms who had consumed edible cannabis products and were having either an adverse reaction, but a lot of the reaction is simply, and I'll address that for you, Corrine, shortly. Basically a big part of the problem, right, is people don't understand what's happening, right? Because they're getting this feeling, they don't realize that they've actually consumed a substance that's creating this physical reaction. So all they're having is these reactions from the edible, but they don't understand why. So yeah, it's a concern, and yes, that's why you go to the emergency room. Although there is really no danger, just simply time passes and that goes away. But
so what you're suggesting, DoktorHigh, is just let your kids be high, sit them over there.
No, you can't take the chance because you don't know what's happening.
Right. You don't know if they have that other issue.
Right? If you knew it was intentional, then you could say, okay, I understand what's happening and we're just going to wait it out. But you don't know it's happening. You don't know.
And I'm talking, you're a 15-year-old, your 14-year-old, not your 5-year-old or your 4-year-old.
Yeah, you have to respond. So
absolutely,
they get them to the hospital and they check
everything the hippie says is not, is all for comedy purposes. The doctor is the serious one,
and nobody's really died from this. So, but what they neglect to tell you on the news is they say cannabis edibles. But the thing is after legalization came into play, law enforcement didn't put as much effort into, seeking out the black market products. And the problem is with a lot of black market products, when they make these candies, they package them very similarly to real candy. You know what I mean? Real stuff that kids can get at the store. Like the packages are the same. Even the names really mimic the same products. A lot of people are doing that. I don't know how it is in the States, but I assume that you're having, packaging that's very attractive and looks like candy packaging. And so the kids get this and they don't realize it. But what they never say on the news is that the edibles, in every instance, when they went back and they looked at what the child had consumed, it was this not legal market product. It was something out of that. And then you don't know what the dosing truly is, right? These people say, oh, it's 100 milligrams or it's 50 milligrams or whatever. You don't know. You don't know.
Even know if it's weed.
No, there's nobody to enforce that. At least we have Health Canada here, and you're responsible to that. And if you go outside of those regulations, then there will be consequences, right? And the consequences could be severe. You could lose your license. And you lose your license and you're dead in the water, right? If you can't move or produce cannabis products for the marketplace, and that's your business, then you've got a problem. So companies are more likely to adhere to the strict guidelines that are set. And that's the one thing I really do like about legalization, as it protects the product, right? I think Canada's been a bit slow in the amounts that they're allowing in edibles at 10 milligram max per unit and stuff like that, because people do require stronger preparations. Not everybody. I mean, 10 milligrams should be available. 5 milligrams should be available. 2.5 milligrams should be available. But so should 20 milligrams and 25 milligrams and 50 milligram doses. And I think once you hit the 100 milligram mark, you could stop, right? But I would do 2.5, 5, 10, 25, 50, and 100. And after that, you don't need to produce any more size edibles, right? Because you can accommodate any user's need. If you need 75 milligrams, you get a 50 and a 25, or you get 100 and you break a piece off, whatever it is. But that's about what's required. So yeah, it's to prevent the kids from getting into these situations, you have to control the product in the marketplace and make sure that it's not only not available to the kids, but not attractive to them and not mimicking the appearance of products that they would normally use or eat. You know what I mean? Imagine packaging a handgun in a Nerf box, right? Or whatever. It's not logical, right? So that's how you prevent these problems.
Bottle of liquor in your Barbie. Boozed up Barbie.
Yeah.
Comes with its own bottle of liquor.
Yeah, an easy bake oven with edibles.
Right.
You know?
Whoa, we're onto something there.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I dosed a babysitter of mine by mistake one time. True story. My wife was working.
Wait. Oh, wait. I was like, wait, were you being babysat?
No.
You were dosing your babysitter?
No, my wife was working and she was bartending in a club. And I wanted to go out and have a little bit of fun that day. So I had the babysitter come over. And my son was very young, maybe a year, and my daughter maybe 4. So the girl was young. She was 16. She was my wife's brother's girlfriend at the time. And I was a bit concerned because, like I said, my son was a real infant, you know what I mean? And it's a lot of responsibility, especially for a girl at 16. So before the end of my wife's shift, she gets a call at work. And the girl's saying, I don't feel very well. I'm dizzy. I'm nauseous. I just don't feel comfortable watching the kids anymore. I have to go home. So my wife gets off the phone and she tells me, and I said, okay, I'm call her and tell her I'm on my way right now. You know what I mean? And I said to my wife, see, I told you she wasn't old enough to really look out for Tyler. It's too stressful for her. So she's just using that as an excuse and bailing out, right? So I don't think nothing about it. I go home. She goes home because she just lived very close. And that was the end of it. So maybe 2 weeks later, a friend of mine calls me up and he says, I have family coming from New Brunswick and I want to be able to give them some of the cookies that you make. Do you have any there? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Come over and grab what you need. So I go into my pantry to get them. And I mean, I'm 6'3", and I put those on the top shelf as far back as you can get. And my kids are like 1 and 4, right? So there's no way, even on a ladder.
4-year-old knew.
And
my 4-year-old knew there was cookies up there. They were like, "Get the cookies, get the cookies." Cookies,
my wife would have to use a chair, so I go up there and I grab the container, and there's a whole 6 cookies missing, and I'm like, "What?" So I said to my wife, I said, "Did you take any of these?" She's like, "No, I wouldn't take them without asking you to get them for me. They're all the way back in the back there." So I'm like, well, what the fuck happened to these cookies? And then it dawned on me that this girl got her hands on the cookies while she babysat and ate 6 of them. They were designed to be 1 cookie. You know what I mean? I don't remember exactly, but I think I had them at about 50 milligrams. And this girl would have eaten about 300. As a little 16-year-old, probably never had any weed experience in her life. I felt kind of bad.
Hired her as a babysitter. You're hoping that she's sober.
Yeah, I mean, we never clued her into what happened.
I was gonna say you just played it off like nothing happened. I don't know.
We just left it alone, right? Because that would have been
bad cookies. My wife can't cook. Don't eat the cookies.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? You just got to be cautious with that. It's about being a responsible parent, right?
I don't want to talk about the nurse's cooking. Is the nurse there?
No.
Oh, okay. I was talking about her cooking. I'm like, oh.
She's at the beach.
Whoa.
Yeah, she had one of her girlfriends from work.
I didn't realize that you live on the beach, sir.
Well, look at my pad, man.
I know. Look at it.
I mean, doesn't it look like a beach type setup?
It does. It looks like I'm looking out over the ocean. All right. So we had a question from Corinne, right?
Between live resin and distillate carts.
And then I remembered what I wanted to talk to you about. One of the stories I remember reading.
So there's two differences. The first difference is the method of extraction. Now, they could be the same up to a certain point. Like live resin could be created through heat and pressure. It could be created through hydrocarbon extraction. It could be created through alcohol extraction. Distillate carts all start at the same process also. The only difference is that when you get to distillate, it goes through an extra process of distillation. Think like alcohol, right? You put sugar and yeast and fruit into a thing, then you heat it to a certain temperature and a vapor comes off, and that vapor is recaptured, and that's the alcohol. So it's the same idea with cannabis. Your extract is put into either short path distillation setup or white film distillation. Anyway, it's a laboratory process. And then it's heated through a series of different degrees at which it's held at specific temperatures for a period of time while THC becomes a vapor. So they're up around 420 degrees for a THC distillate cart, a few degrees less for CBD. But for THC, what they'll do is they bring it to that specific temperature, what they call the fraction point, where THC becomes a vapor, just like water becomes steam. THC becomes a vapor. That vapor goes through some glass pipe, some glass tubing. And then at some point, there's what they call a water jacket or a cold jacket, where cold water is flowing around the glass tube. It runs through the center of this like collar where there's cold water constantly flowing through. So what happens is that as the vapor passes through that cold trap, it becomes a liquid once again. And then they collect that liquid into a jar. Now you can have generally 3 levels of distillation. You can have the first pass of distillation, which leaves more terpenes and cannabinoids in the plant. 70% THC range. Then you'll see what they do a second pass where they take the already distilled product, they redistill it, and it purifies it to a little greater of extent. And then they can do that up to 3 times, achieving a top end number of distillate in the low 90s or so percent. Yeah, right around there. It's about reached its limit there. And so there it's mostly THC. In live resin has all the components of the plant still there. Whatever was there from the extraction, THCA, THC, CBD, CBG, CBGA, the terpenes, the flavonoids are all retained in a live resin process. So you can have a pretty high percentage of THC, I'm going to say the 60 to 70% range, but you'll also have a much higher percentage of the other cannabinoids and terpenes available to you. So it's got maybe a little more medicinal benefit overall, live resin towards distillate. So that's the difference anyway, Corey.
All right. I got a couple that I thought of while I was dying here.
Hey, Veronica. How you doing, Sean?
Have you ever had this happen? And and I'm sure some people have, but it's the best feeling in the world. And it's probably not good for you, but that
do we do it to ourselves? Is it
but
something we do to ourselves?
Yes.
Okay.
So you take a big old hit like I just did a minute ago.
Right.
And you hold it in for however long, right? And sometimes you go a little longer than you should, sometimes you don't. Anyway, you cough. And then at the end of that cough, your body can't move. Your brain is still moving, but you're like dead. And you're just like, and it takes a couple seconds before your body starts to come back, and you're like, what the fuck was that? That was the best feeling in the world.
It's probably an oxygen deficit from the coughing. It's probably like those kids that autoerotic asphyxia or whatever it is. The kids
where
that choke themselves.
You hold their necks. You hold their necks back in the day.
Yeah, it's probably kind of a similar thing going on, right? Your brain.
You've never had that happen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, am I the only weirdo that does this? Lori seems to have it happen. But yeah, I just had that now. I was like, I'm fucked. I can't even talk to DoktorHigh right now.
Well, you know, that's one misconception that there is out there when you see people smoking a joint. They're like, and they're holding. And
everybody did it.
It's completely unnecessary. In, out. Your lungs absorb so quickly that there's no benefit to continuing to hold it, especially if you're smoking joints, because the longer the more of that resin tar is going to end up in your lungs, right? And as we all know, for those of us who smoked joints back in the days before people were putting a little piece of cardboard into the end of them to keep them open.
What is that shit about?
Yeah, but I tell you what, man, my thumbs were brown and yellow back in those days.
That. That's a sign of that's a sign of respect.
Oh yeah.
You smoke enough weed to be respected.
Yeah, I smoked enough weed.
If you got gold brown on your teeth, that front tooth is golden brown, then you got respect. You got my respect.
Oil, all that thick oil and everything that's coming out of that joint, that's from the smoke, right? So
Andrew.
You got to.
So when you're getting that gold stuff on your teeth, when you're smoking that fat joint without that filter back in the old days when we did it, when we were men, and we didn't put little filters on our things like our Camels and our.
I love the filters.
Shh, I'm trying to make a point here. That gold stuff on your teeth, that's resin, right? That's resin or reclaim or whatever you want to call it. That is going to go into your lungs, no?
Well, yeah. If you're holding the smoke for a long time, more of it is. But there's no need to. Your lungs convert it so quickly that.
Right. So that little filter thing, even though I don't like them, are really good for you. They're very good for you.
What, the filters?
Yeah, well, they help. They help cut off some of that excess tar or whatever you want to call it.
If you're using real filters, like
I want to go in and scrape my lungs.
Product that inside your cardboard filter, you can insert this little cellulose filter. So it's like a cigarette filter. And it just slips right inside the tube. You get a whole bag of them. You get like, I don't know.
What the hell do you want that for?
100 of them for like $5 or something. And it blocks all that tar. So,
hey, DoktorHigh, I'm different. I'm old school, bro. I want to chew on that piece of weed that's coming out the end of the joint. I want to taste that. You know, I want that lady's lips on my lips next. You know, I want the lipstick on the. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like I'm old now. I'm like, I want to. You know, when that resin is dripping out the end, and you're like, "Fuck, this thing is clogged." I feel like you got some quality weed. You know, and you're like, "Yeah."
Well, now you got to look for the sign about that far beneath the heater when you get that ring of oil that's starting to seep through the paper as you're smoking. There's your quality sign.
I gave up joints because once they started, I was like, well, first off, I hate rolling now. I don't even like to roll anymore. Like, I'm tired of it. I was always the roller back in the day. But so then I went to bowls, and then you scared the shit out of me. So then I went to, somebody else scared the shit out of me, and I went to bongs because I heard bongs. I read an article, and they said bongs catch all that shit. So the water catches that shit, so you don't get that shit in your lungs. So I said, all right, well, that's got to be safer.
Especially if you two-stage your bong. If you use an ash catcher.
Right. Good day,
before
Steve.
The bong or a drop down. Yeah. It's better.
Yeah.
But it's really, it's just about the healthiest choices, right? Like, if we're consuming cannabis as medicine, we may as well consume it in the best, healthiest possible way. Right? Because health is an overall consideration. It's not just one issue. I mean, it's about the whole machine, right? It's about all of us.
Well, I'm learning that more and more every day hanging out with you.
So we have to look at the most healthy way to consume cannabis. Now, people like cannabis in different forms. Some like it in a form that they inhale. Some like it in a form that they eat. Some like it in a form they put under the tongue. Some like it in a form they put up their ass. Whoever knows, whatever. It's possible. So, all we know for a fact is that smoking joints or glass pipes, I would say, number one bad way.
Hold on, we got a newbie. Hi, Tasha. How are you? Welcome. You smoke weed? We talk weed. We talk about all sorts of.
Look how she said hi, hippie.
Oh, she did. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even catch
on. Of course, Tasha's one of us.
I'm stoned, dude. I didn't even pay attention to that. I just was like, we got a new friend. She said hi. All right, I got to run a commercial. I hate to cut you off, and we'll come right back to that if you can remember. I can, or I already forgot
what we're talking about. Remind me before we go. Oh, the healthiest way to the healthiest way, and yeah, I don't know. The healthiest way to consume marijuana.
I feel bad for him too, Curly Kell. Don't worry about it. I'm like, oh, I hope he doesn't quit. He's dealing with my stupid ass. Anyway, we got to do a commercial, and then we're gonna play a song by DoktorHigh's favorite. He doesn't know it's his favorite, but he does.
The Tea Party.
The Tea Party. Well, I can't because you got to give them.
I know. I have other favorites from your show anyway.
But you don't even know this one, I don't think, but you're gonna love it.
All right.
Let's do our commercial before I get in trouble. Hold on. We'll be right back. You're listening to DoktorHigh and Da.Hippie over here on WTHC on Live365. Tune in. We're on Facebook and YouTube, and we're here all the time.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help
Listen
parents
to what
translate
Curly Kell
teen
says.
slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek,
somebody crazy.
it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying totally, just shorter. As in, I totes
I got a
love
bunch of stuff, DoktorHigh. I
Another
read a
word you might
huge article on Kratom
Jelly is a
and how
shorter, better
bad
way
it
to
is
say
for you.
jealous. As in,
oh yeah, I didn't read that one.
Oh my God, yeah, they're saying like people are getting addicted to it. People are tripping out on it.
It's possible to get addicted.
It's very,
for sure.
very bad.
Rad,
They said
just the
it's not
To
regulated.
learn more,
People are just
visit
making the shit.
adoptuskids.org.
They don't even know how it's
A
made.
public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of
Yeah,
Health
well,
and
that's one of the things, right? Because it comes from like Indonesia and places like that. So
Yeah, that's pretty much the whole story.
This is the
But if you
story
want
of a
to
very
elaborate on
special
that
woman.
when we go back, but
it's
that was
a
pretty
matter
much.
of
It was
fact,
just
standard, right?
She turned herself into a great mathematician or
standard.
an entrepreneur.
It's not with
Knowledge was
a K,
limitless
Lori. You'd have
and still
to
is. She could
Google
also
that.
make monsters disappear,
It's
especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed.
Yeah, it's with a
Once,
K.
this woman
I can't
put
hear
back
anything
together
you're
a
saying,
teenage
DoktorHigh.
girl's broken heart.
This lady
which had
has a
been
very loud
shattered
voice.
in 1,000 pieces just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as
Welcome, everybody.
Gabriella.
Thank you so much for being
still
here. You
call
guys
her
are
Mom.
awesome. Please share it out, subscribe, like, do
Your
whatever
hero
you're
needs you
supposed to
now.
do.
And
Share it out to your
AARP
groups.
is
whatever you're
Also,
supposed
20
to
groups.
do.
care guides
What
you
the
need to
hell is
help,
that?
complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving.
Yeah, Kratom's bad. It's
A
not
public
good.
service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad
Stay
Council.
away from it, Tasha.
Hey, hippie, look at this beautiful crystal sphere I got from Bella's Badass Crystals.
Look at this big vagina I got.
OMG, hippie.
It doubles as a worry stone.
Bella's Badass Crystals is on the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
You can also check out their sales. They have mini Mondays and twice a day Tuesdays.
Find Bella's Badass Crystals on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
They are badass.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Sorge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Sorge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
I left out of Texas, trailing brake lights and smoke, going 100 miles an hour. Baby, I'll take another tow. Yeah, I was northbound. I had to see the northern lights.
Oh boy.
Well, Texas too damn hot for me. Yeah, I need to see some more company. Man in black said it best. He said, I've been everywhere. 'Cause I've seen Mount Denali and I've breathed the desert air and I still ain't done. Yeah, now I got too much to see. I've been all the way up to Alaska. Hell, Tennessee tried to kill me. That's a fact. 10,000 miles circle, and I ain't done yet. 'Cause I've got too much left to see. Slow down when I'm dead. Hell yeah, I said it. Well, you need to come stay out of my way. Well, this 10,000 mile circle, I think it leaves today. I think it leaves today.
WTHC. That was my main man, Scotty Crosby, with 10,000 Mile Circle. I love it. I freaking love it. He's got the voice, man. I don't know why he's not already famous. We got to get his ass famous. DoktorHigh, are you awake?
I'm awake.
Oh, all right. I thought you fell asleep.
I'm awake.
Oh, you fell asleep.
No, I just got absorbed. I was just looking at my sister's birthday weekend at the Calgary Stampede, looking at her pictures.
I heard
it looks like she had time turning 40 this weekend.
Oh, happy birthday to her.
Sure, yeah.
All right, we got a couple questions in the crowd, but I got a question quick because I know we already talked about it. Yep. But I wanted to ask you again just to reassure. I found one of those cartridge tops that are glass.
Yep.
That were a distillate already previous to this that I am now found it. It opens up so I can squirt the stuff in. Now, all I'm going to do is just squirt a container of that stuff in there. Can I do two? Because I have two.
I would just start with the one.
It's a full gram cart. That's why I say
just start with one, and then when that one's done, go with your next one.
And then it should just, if I keep it on that low temperature, it should work just like any other distillate cartridge.
Yeah, just use it the exact same way you use
if
Any
I were
cartridge
using
I
it
bought.
any other cartridge I use, right?
Good thing.
Right. So that's my question there. And then of course we were speaking about kratom, and we have a couple people who actually mentioned kratom in the crowd there. Somebody said their mother-in-law takes kratom. Other people said, "What the fuck
Their
is
neighbor loves
kratom?" Excuse me.
The thing is it's like an opioid, right? So they use it. This is its real purpose, is to get people off of opioids in Indonesia and Thailand and places like that. That's where it's common. That's where it's harvested, most of it over there. And then they use it as I guess like methadone, right? Same kind of idea. That'd be like a natural methadone, let's say, to help you get off. But the thing is because it occupies the same receptor sites and activates some of the same thing, there is a potential for addiction there also. It's just probably not as dangerous as an opioid addiction or heroin addiction or something like that, simply because you're drinking it as a tea. In most instances, that's the way you're consuming it. So, but then you have to worry about country of origin and preparation processes and how it's made. It's all coming from Asia and in Indonesia and the places where this is being produced and harvested and processed. And, it's obviously not the same standard as you'd find in the US or Canada or Europe. So that would also be something to be considerate of, I would imagine, if kratom is something you want to try.
Yeah, I'm going to say something, and this is my personal opinion, and the doc has his personal opinions, and everybody has their own rights to do whatever they want. I say if you're not getting it from a fucking dispensary, don't fucking touch it. You don't know if you're going into a smoke shop, my man is pissing in that shit in the back room. Who the fuck knows what's going on? If it ain't regulated, don't touch it. That's my personal opinion. Because I don't know, and if I don't know, then I don't want to know. And I've worked in too many kitchens, food service, to know what happens in the back room somewhere where you don't know what's going on. Huh. All right, Doc. I stood on my soapbox. Go ahead. We got a couple
questions. Talking about something's not going to get big if you keep rubbing it? What's that?
That's Curly Kel. She's talking about my penis again.
Huh.
I don't know
what the VV is, but
I don't know what the hell she was
talking anything about. If you rub it right, gets bigger. I don't know.
Yeah, if you rub it right, it gets bigger.
All right.
I've been working with her on that for a while. She's just learning. I have a song about that, but I'm not allowed to play it. It's by Garfunkel and Oates.
Hey, I want to ask Mr. Slow, what happened when you went on the website? You were able to click into your country for Great Britain or United Kingdom, but it wouldn't let you complete an order? Or how did that happen? Because I was able to go into the site and into the Great Britain area, United Kingdom area, and see what product availability was there for you. I actually did it the day when we talked about it on Friday or Thursday, right while we were in the show. So I know it's accessible. I'm just wondering, where did you encounter the difficulty so I can notify of the situation and perhaps we can get it rectified.
Right. And I just want to let everybody know that we do see the questions. They are coming. We're just taking our time. They're just going so fast over there. We can't keep up with them. So we're scrolling back. We're scrolling back. We're scrolling back.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Kelly's probably wondering why I'm asking about that when it was something she probably asked us like
an hour ago. Yeah. We have a lot of questions, Dr. High.
So Kareem, so the live resin is better. It depends on your purpose for using. I would say that live resin is better for overall medicinal benefit, but if what you're combating with is pain issues that come on suddenly or quite strong, then the THC can be, the distillate can be beneficial because it'll deliver that initial punch that you might need to overcome that. So like I said with the hippie, it's good to use them in conjunction with each other if what you're dealing with is a situation similar, right? That type of pain situation.
Right. That's I was just going to point in. Like the distillate is good if you're looking for that overall. Like I'm a recreational kind of guy, and I want to enjoy or girl, and I want to enjoy myself. And and the distillate is that high, that. But the live resin is you get that numb but body feeling that takes care of your pain and helps with the pain parts of it. I mean, that's what I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's correct.
And then something edible if you need long-lasting release. If it's a sustained pain, like a neuropathic pain that's there, for extended period of time, then I would use an oral preparation for extended benefit, and then the live resin or the distillate for immediate relief, right, while you wait for the other one to take effect. Basically, that's what I would look at.
I was completely wrong.
Why?
Next question. Good morning. First try at germination last weekend.
Yes, I saw that.
2 out of 3.
That's phenomenal. 2 out of 3 is not bad. Don't give up on the third one just yet. There's a chance it may not, but it may be
Might
just
be a late bloomer.
Take 2 days longer, 3 days longer. Definitely, if the taproot is out on those seeds, you want to get them into a small pot, a red cup or something small like that. Just to get them going. Don't pack them too tight. Get them under the dirt, about a half an inch of dirt on top. And don't
green thing going down, right, Dr. High?
Yeah.
Some people might think the green thing goes up. Some dumb puppets
going down. Yeah, taproot
some
down.
Ignorant puppets might think that the green thing goes up because that's the
no.
He's not very bright. This puppet.
Yeah, and they're at their most delicate stage right now, so you really got to take good care of them. Keep them moist. If you have a dome, that's a really good place to keep them. One of those little planting domes, with the black tray on the bottom and the clear dome on top. You can just mist them with a spray bottle. Keep them warm. Keep gentle light. Even a little grow LED you could pick up from Walmart for $10 is good for starting. Like this, and get them in that first cup. Get them till they're about 3-4 inches tall, and then transplant them into 1 gallon. When you hit maybe a foot, transplant them into a 5, and there you're good to go for the rest of the grow.
Until we celebrate. All right, next question. Tasha says, I have a question. I really have bad sclerosis for 10 years. I'm 38.
Osteoarthritis.
Oh, I think I got that. I really need a good pain ratio with THC and CBD. And what is CBN or CBG, sir?
So CBN and CBG are kind of at the opposite ends of THC. So THC starts as CBG in the plant, and as it matures into THCA, and then ultimately THC once that A is removed from the CBGA. So it's like a precursor. So it's like THC, but it's not psychoactive yet. CBN is from the degradation of THC time. As THC begins to degrade over time or from the application of heat, it'll convert into CBN. So CBN is a more sleepy type high. I think indicas, when you're thinking CBN, the same kind of thing. Myrcin, CBN, they'll be relaxing. With osteoarthritis, I know with a lot of arthritis, it's inflammation related. I don't know specifically osteoarthritis, but if it's inflammation related, you're definitely going to want CBD because that has great anti-inflammatory property. You could go after both ways. You could go internally with it with a CBD oil or a CBD vape, and you could go on after it with a CBD topical applied directly to where you're suffering the most with the osteoarthritis, whether it be wrists or hands or back or knees or hips, because of the transdermal property. I would think that you maybe want to start looking off the bat at a 1-to-1 ratio of CBD to THC and see how it addresses your concerns, and then adjust from there. If it's more pain related, you may want to slip more towards the THC side. If it's more inflammation related, slide more towards the CBD. Yeah, you wanted to say something, Hippie?
Oh, no, I was waving to Sean. When I see somebody come in and say hello, I kind of just do this little wave thing.
Get a chance to say hello?
He comes in at like different names. It's very cool of him. He's
Oh.
different people. That gives us more people viewing. That makes our views go up, which helps us get more people to follow us. And that's how we ended up with the wonderful Tasha. Thank you, Tasha, for joining.
Well, Lori's talking about the kratom. She says they used it to make people work stronger and for health. Yeah. Yeah, imagine in proper doses, then, everything that can be abused can be also.
Tasha, we're here every day from 10 a.m. until 12:30 or so, somewhere around 12:15, 12:30 when Dr. High has to go. But we're going to be here every day. We're also a radio station. You can find us on Live365 and TuneIn. What?
What's Kelly talking about?
Who knows? She's weird, dude. She's weird.
I see the word vagina.
She's fucked up. She's messed up. I don't know. I have to deal with her every day. I'm jealous of you. Don't join the Discord.
What's Panera? Panera bread?
Yes, Panera bread. Yes, you have those up there in Canada. I've heard things about not having microwaves. Is that true? And cell phones.
Microwaves?
No, I'm just kidding.
And we pay the most money of anybody in the world for cell phones.
Do you know? No, I'm just kidding. No, do you know the song "Oh Canada"? Of course you know it. Oh Canada, oh Canada, we love our beaver. I play it all the time for my good friend Pothead.
Like we say,
we don't talk about anything else up there by Pothead anymore. No.
Yep. If you're Canadian, show us your beaver.
Yeah.
It's very simple. If you're Canadian, show us your beaver.
And you can't say that other word in Canada either.
Oh, yeah, that song's pretty funny. I've heard you say you can't say cunt in Canada.
Yeah,
that's a funny one.
Say that word in Canada. You're in Canada. You're going to get in trouble, man. You're not going to be able to go to that country either.
Yeah, well,
keep that shit up.
They can't kick me out of here.
You say cunt there, you're gonna. Anyway, let's do our commercial so I can play a 420 song on time. We'll be right back. You're hanging with Da.Hippie and DoktorHigh.
Hey, Hippie, look at this beautiful crystal sphere I got from Bella's Badass Crystals.
Look at this big vagina I got.
OMG, Hippie.
See, if you say vagina.
It doubles as a worry stone.
Bella's Badass Crystals is on the top of the mountain in Dauphin, PA.
You can also check out their sales. They have mini Mondays and twice-a-day Tuesdays.
Find Bella's Badass Crystals on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
They are badass.
They are badass.
Hey, it's me, Mrs. Hippie. Check out Vern on TikTok at You Have Me Hooked. She's amazing. And everything she makes on TikTok, she sells at You Have Me Hooked 23 at Etsy. So you can watch her make it, and she'll make personalized stuff. So if you have an idea, like I would like this thing made, she can make it. She can make anything. She's an incredible artist. Check her out at You Have Me Hooked on TikTok and You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy.
Hey, Dad, your prescription will be ready in just a minute.
I love it, Timmy.
Your laundry
I
will
love
be
it.
ready in just a minute.
Dr. High, what do you think
Dad,
of our
your lunch
logo
will be
now?
ready in just a
WTHC
minute.
Radio. We changed it to the Army.
Why don't you
We're going to become an army who fights the
When you help
stigma
care for a loved one, you give them
of
as much time as you
Cannabis?
can. Make sure they're safe and comfortable.
That's it. We're cannabis crusaders.
Yes.
For yourself.
Oh, I should have wrote that.
We can help with information and useful tips on
Cannabis crusaders.
care for your own physical and mental well-being, and manage the
See
challenges
you
of
next
caring for a loved
Tuesday.
one. Because the better
From
care
the
you
Knights Temple Balls.
the better care you can provide for your loved
I
one.
love it. I think it looks sick. I need. I don't know how I need to talk to you about whatever I need to
Concrete
say
care
that I
kits to
own this,
support
right?
you and your
You know,
loved
and nobody
ones
can
at
use it except for when it says
AARP.org/care
Army on it. Then I'm going to let anybody who wants to represent us put that on there.
Brought to you by
But
AARP.
the original one will say WTHC just radio. And then Radio Army
All right,
will be
class.
for our
Let's
supporters.
hear what everyone did this weekend. Jill?
It's your image.
My older
I
sister.
deleted it from my computer yesterday.
100 years old. My mom said I must have said it
Because
right.
I did.
I don't know if I have
And then
it.
we went down by a
I'm
stream.
doing a section. Oh, well, you got it from
You should have
Facebook?
sent it to me before. I have it somewhere. I mean, obviously, but
And then I rescued my
I
little
may have
brother.
another copy in there someplace and I didn't see it yet.
in the
but-
bush.
I was like, you got to send something to Mrs. Hippie so she can like really work with it and turn it into stuff. And I don't know. Do I need some sort of paper saying that it's mine and that nobody?
We
No.
went to the forest. It's not that far
No.
away.
So what if
Anyone
somebody
wanna
just comes
come
and
this
takes it and
weekend?
uses it? I'm going to be very angry.
It's AI art. You can't copyright it or trademark it or anything.
Oh,
It's
really?
closer than you think.
Yeah.
Check
I
out
looked at
Discover
that already.
Forest.org. Brought to you by the
Yeah,
U.S.
do it.
Forest
No.
Service.
I'm going
and
to
the
talk
Ad
for a
Council.
second. WTHC. This is my main man, Muck Sticky with Smoke. Parental guidance warnings.
Let's smoke some pot, smoke some pot, smoke some pot. Come on, everybody, let's smoke some pot, smoke some pot, smoke some pot. Come on, everybody, let's smoke some. Well, come on, everybody, let's smoke some pot because you know that I got a big bag and I wanna get you higher. So let me bum a paper and I'll roll a fucking hootie mac and we'll just smoke until we cannot feel our fingers. I'm smelling like a cat pissed on my hands and I just wish I was in Amsterdam so I could peacefully smoke some pot. Hey, Mr. President, more than half your residents smoke pot. You should increase the tolerance because we just want to sit around the house and watch TV and know that we are free. Let's smoke some pot, smoke some pot, smoke some pot. Come on, everybody, let's smoke some pot, smoke some pot, smoke some pot. Come on, everybody, let's smoke some. Wait a minute, where am I at? You're in America the free. Well, fire the joint then. No, you can't do that. Why not? Because you're not truly free.
A 1T. I don't know. Very small. Maybe a onesie. I don't know.
I'm here to flip the switch, make all you geezers twitch, so I can be myself and not be Uncle Sam's bitch. P-O-C-M-U-S-I-C is my J-O-B, and I
Oh, bigger. Well, 5.
like to smoke weed and like me,
Believe it or
they
not.
believe that we are not truly free, so I'm
LT. I prefer them long. Because that shit, I don't like when my belly hangs out underneath my shit.
That's my favorite.
I hate that, man. I hate that. Drives me nuts. When I see a fat man walking down the road and his guts hanging out underneath, I'm like, dude, put another shirt on underneath, tuck that shit in.
All the
hide that
girls can do it. Why can't we?
Oh, I agree, but I shouldn't have to look at that shit. I cover my fat ass up. I expect you to do the same. WTHC. That's my man Muck Sticky with Smoke. Smoke some pot. I love it. I love it. What? Don't yell in my ear. You're frozen.
What happened? You cut out?
You're frozen, or I'm frozen. I don't know. Somebody's frozen. Anyway, you're back. I'm back. We're back. Welcome in, everybody. Good after morning. It's that same one every day. Yes, because I always think it's afternoon, and then I look and I'm like, fuck.
That's because you're always anticipating 420.
Yes.
And you know, 1 420 is usually asleep. So
I sleep through Too many, as far as I'm concerned. Too many.
I know to say 420. You do your 420 and then you're off the radio.
For the East Coast, yeah. How many more hours you want me to do, Doctor? I used to do. Well, back in the day, I used to do 4 hours. Then I would take 4 hours off, and then I would come back for the 4 hour, or 3 hours off, and then I would come back for the 4 hours of the whole United States, going across the coast to coast. I might go back to that. I don't know. I got to figure it all out. We got to figure, I got the fun guy now. He's going to be coming on board. I got another guy talking to me about becoming on board. So there'll be other radio shows. Eventually, I want to cut mine down to just, 4 hours where you and I can just focus on us as a show, and not so much me having to worry about the other people going on when they need to be on, and not having to worry about entertaining for 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day or more,
Right.
I don't have time to do any of the other stuff that I need to do because I'm here, 8 hours, and then I go home, then I get off for a couple hours, and then I'm back on for a couple hours doing like Bella's Badass or a party or whatever, trying to help hang out with
working from home, right?
Yeah, it never ends.
But it never ends. But you're always right there at work. So you're like, well, fuck, I'm not doing anything. So I might as well.
Right. Well, that's the thing too. Mrs. Hippie's a little frustrated. She's like, every time I turn around, you're in there, and I'm like, well, if we're not doing anything, I'm not going to sit here on the couch and watch TV. I'm going to go in there and work. I'll get on the radio. More on the radio and less listening to not dead air, but the other songs. I feel like that's better if there's somebody here talking and entertaining and having fun,
right?
And playing a selection of songs and taking requests. It's just better that way. So the more I'm on, the better it is. Until I find enough people to fill it all in, and then we'll go from there.
What kind of show are you talking about, Lori? What sort of show shall we do?
I don't even know.
I'm going to talk Dr. Medical Weed.
I'm going to talk Dr. Medical.
Who is that, Steve? We don't need no other doctors up in here.
I'm a doctor. I'm like Dr. J.
Oh. Dr. J.
Dr. J.
That works.
I don't even know where the hell you are on this chat. I'm like still reading about tie-dye.
Oh, yeah, you're up with Tim. Yeah, we're at the bottom. Koala Bear. Dr. Love, that's a good Kiss song, isn't it?
They call me Dr. Love. They call me Doctor. That got me in trouble already on TikTok. One of the first times you came on, I played Dr. Love, and they were like, no, I'm not on TikTok, on Facebook. They said,
I think if I had to go back to those old Kiss days, man, God of Thunder was one of my favorites. Detroit Rock City, God of Thunder. That was all. What was that album? Destroyer?
Yeah, all of them. Kiss doesn't have a bad song. I mean, maybe one or two that I'm like, oh, I can't handle this song, But even them, if you don't listen to them for a long time, you're like, oh, it's not that bad. I love it. Yeah, but old Kiss, new Kiss,
I was in the Kiss.
They never changed, like they didn't change like Metallica or all the other bands who tried to change. Kiss never changed. They were always Kiss. They always rock, kicked ass all the time.
That's because it was all about the money, man. They were good business.
Well, he was. Gene still making millions every day, $1 million a day.
Smart guy.
Yeah. Anyway, Tasha says it's true that a lot of dispensary vapes are cut with chemicals bad on the lungs. I don't think dispensary vapes as much as those ones you're getting from the smoke shops and the vape shops and the
gas stations, the CBD ones. I was them. Dispensaries, I think you're probably pretty safe.
Fair. I mean, for the most part.
With distillate and live resins and rosin carts and things like that.
But any cart off the street, if it's got a monopoly guy on the front of it, or if it doesn't have all the information on it, it doesn't tell you how many terpenes and how many anything, and it just says THC 80% or 90%. I ain't smoking that shit, man. I don't know what the hell's in there. I'm gonna fill up a cart myself if I can do it with live distillate here. Anybody can do it with gasoline and kerosene and whatever else they feel like putting in there, you know, like piss
and this is the
period,
problem, right?
a little period blood in there, you know, whatever
there
they want
are
to put
some
in.
people that don't care. They care about the money. They don't care about you. They don't give a shit. They don't know you.
Care fucking less.
Doesn't matter. Like, believe it or not, as much as it's disheartening to know, but the truth is that there are a lot of people out there in the world that just don't care about nothing but themselves, their income streams, for whatever reasons. And I'm not saying that's, you know, through their own fault. Like, you know, some people live in countries where if they don't take care of themselves, nobody's going to take care of them. It ain't America and it ain't Canada. So
I live in Louisiana, and I personally go to the medical dispensaries and purchase marijuana for my children because I don't want them to buy it off the streets. And I know they both smoke, and they both could qualify for cards. One's only 18 now. The other one's a little older. She can do it on her own. But right, you know, for the last year or two, I've been buying it for my kids because I want them to make sure they're getting something that's not sprayed with fentanyl or, you know, whatever. Who knows what you're getting anymore?
I tell you, I would love 5 minutes in a room with somebody who sprays weed with fentanyl.
Fucking up all weed, man.
5 minutes in a room and no consequences for my actions. I'll tell you, be a sorry guy, because that's just really not
right.
cool.
Tasha, I don't know if you know Lee Hacker, but Lee Hacker from Facebook, great friend of ours, and he and I were discussing it on his podcast. He calls it a podcast. I love that. Podcast, Two Fat Buds. We were discussing that and the fact that 88 people in Cincinnati, Ohio alone died from fentanyl-laced marijuana last year. 88 in just Cincinnati, Ohio alone. Imagine what the number is throughout the country, throughout the world.
Yeah. No, that fentanyl is true poison.
All they're doing is just trying to get you hooked on it so that you'll keep buying their weed.
Well, you can't hook somebody who dies. So there's a flaw.
There's a flaw in every plan. Yeah, I agree, but that's what they're trying to do, and they're just fucking up the whole fucking industry.
Fucking up.
I'm frozen.
Well, I mean, it creates fear.
Right.
It creates fear. You know what I mean? And people, it's no good. It's just no good. Like,
yeah. Are you there? Hello? Mark calling Orson. Come in, Orson. Mark calling Orson. Come in, Orson. Nanu.
Nanu.
You're frozen. We were talking about that girl the other day, weren't we? From Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Was it you and I?
Who, Phoebe King?
Yeah, on the one on the diving board. We were talking about her, right? Why are you frozen?
Can't forget that.
Yeah, well, 60 years old yesterday, or 61 years old yesterday.
No way.
Her birthday, Mrs. Hippie didn't show me the picture. Yeah, she was only a couple of weeks older than us.
Jeez.
Yeah, 61. I didn't look because I didn't. Mrs. Hippie was sitting on the other side of the room, and she said, "Oh, your girlfriend's birthday today." And I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And she was like, and she said the name, and I was like, "Oh, we were just talking about her on the radio the other day." And she said she's 61. Oh, and Brooke, can't forget Brooke.
Brooke Shields,
Christy Brinkley.
Yeah, there's actually a new documentary coming out about supermodels. So that could be interesting to watch. The old days.
Oh, and Kathy Ireland. Oh,
I tell you, and my favorite car song, "Moving in Stereo," right out of Fast Times at Ridgemont High. You know?
Yeah, I love that movie. It was on the other night. Me and Mississippi caught the last end of it. We just sat there and laughed.
Oh yeah,
it's
high school.
So great.
School.
And we caught it on a channel like you've watched it a million times, but you don't even realize that you've seen it a million times on TV. So it's like they cut out or they've changed the words, and you're just so used to it. Well, the other day we were watching it, and whatever channel we were watching, it was like the original version, and all the dirty talk and the innuendos and all the, and you're like, holy shit, this is like a different flick compared to what you see on on TBS every week or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's those classic movies. Dazed and Confused is another one that's
absolutely another great. All right.
I watched those. That's high school for me. It's the life we lived, right? Those Camaros and booting around and
absolutely
bush parties.
That's another one. There's that other one. What's the one with Adam Sandler when he goes back to when he drives up in his Camaro when he's going back to school? And he comes to school in high school and he drives up and all these kids are all dressed in these preppy outfits and he pulls up and gets out of his Camaro. He's got his leather jacket on and everybody's looking at him like a weirdo.
Oh, those were the days.
Us. That was us cool though. He knew. He knew. They just didn't know.
It's the same age. That's why he knows.
Right. He knew because he was
cool. Right away.
They didn't know because he had to go back to school.
No, that's it. So what do we got here? Lori's saying, I've done that, and I didn't suspect that the weed was laced at all. But I've done it. Not with the cereal, but I have been frozen in time from some good weed from time to time in my life.
I didn't read that. It was too much reading, but I just read it now.
Yeah, it's funny one.
Funny shit.
Yeah, it's great.
From a cereal bowl for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
The best one is that meme I've seen on Facebook where I made my lunch and I've been looking for it for 30 minutes. And then they look and it's inside the top of the sandwich bag all tied up with the loaf of bread. And they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we do funny things.
30 minutes. KNC, how are you? Welcome in. Good morning, everybody. We're hanging out, having a good time. We're just bullshitting. If you got any questions for the doctor, feel free to shout them out there in the chat. We're going to get the phone set up sooner or later, hopefully. If I could ever get Mrs. Hippie to have 2 minutes of her time. Anyway. What else, Dr. High? You keep freezing.
I don't know. Oh, am I frozen or unfrozen? I'm frozen on my end.
Yeah, you're frozen on
my
end.
You're frozen.
I don't feel frozen. I don't feel turdy. Let's talk.
What's that from?
Van Halen.
That's right. Hot for Teacher.
Don't feel turd. Anyway, fuck. Now I just
seen Van Halen and Def Leppard more than any other bands.
I have seen. I would say Kiss is probably the one. Well, Jimmy Buffett probably the most. Kiss next. The Grateful Dead right after them, and then everybody else 2 or 3 times, like Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Aerosmith. All those guys, Van Halen,
Where did you go to? Where did you see most of your shows? New York City, Madison Square.
Yeah, I was blessed. So I had a mecca of concert areas to go to. I could go to Jersey. I could go to New York. I could go to the Nassau Coliseum. I could go to Shea Stadium. I could go to Yankee Stadium. I could go to Madison Square Garden. I could go to Giant Stadium in Jersey. I can go to the PNC Center in Jersey. I can go to the Jones Beach. I've seen numerous concerts at Jones Beach, right on the water out there on Long Island. Okay. Yeah, that's like right on. It's like an amphitheater right on the water, and right off of on the Jones Beach part of Long Island. It's absolutely beautiful. You don't even have to go in. You can sit right in the parking lot. I've been to probably 50 Jimmy Buffett concerts in my time. Maybe 15 of them I've actually gone inside and watched the shows. The other 30 or so I sat in the parking lot and just jam out, hang out. You can hear them nice and clear. Everybody's barbecuing and hanging out, and the parking's like $15 or something.
Yeah,
it may have went up substantially since then, but
yeah,
probably like $75 for parking now. But who knows? But it's still worth it to hang out. You got nothing but parrot heads running around, girls with coconuts on their tits. It's a good time.
Jimmy Buffett. I think I've been to Jimmy Buffett's in Jamaica.
I love him, man. He's awesome. Margaritaville, the restaurant.
Yeah,
It's okay. I would give it the same as any of those other crappy ass chef.
More Brandy.
Good morning, Brandy. How are you, sweetie? Anybody else got any questions? What can I do to get higher? Because I noticed I'm spending more money on flour. Yes, he was talking about that with us this morning in the back room, slow guy. And he said that he's going through $100 in 3 days now. And it used to be, but I think, the bong, he's enjoying
Question
that
number one
bong.
is for $100, what kind of weight does he get? Is that an ounce or is it a quarter ounce?
It's 100 pounds, whatever the fuck that means. I don't know.
Yeah, 100 pounds. Yeah, but I want to know what is the weight for 100 pounds? Because that'll tell me whether you're smoking excessively or not. To most,
I think that it's probably about the same. I think he gets 20 bags. Like our 20 bags are 20 pounds.
What, like a gram? 2 grams?
2 grams. Yeah, $10 a gram. I think his prices are fairly about.
So when I'm smoking flour, I'm going to say 3.5 to 4 grams a day, which I don't think is excessive.
An eighth a day?
Yeah.
How the hell do you afford that? You must be some sort of multi-millionaire. You're not telling me about.
Like an ounce a week.
I know. That's what I do. That's what I do. And I can't afford it. I can't afford that shit no more.
Yeah, so 10 grams. That's not a crazy amount of weed to be smoking. Like for me, that would last me only 3 days too. That's kind of what I think is normal. Like I roll 1 gram joints, right? Pretty much. So
yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. And Tasha, if you're interested, you're more than welcome to join our Discord. I'm sure Lori could figure out how to send it to you, Lori, if you don't mind. I know it's your birthday and I told you could have off today, but I need you. I need you, girl. Can you send Tasha if she's interested in joining our Discord? We're back there all the time hanging out and we're smoking and partying. Yeah, an ounce of a week is like my normal as well, but the prices here are outlandish. I need to find a farmer.
Yeah,
that's my issue.
What you need is legalization, because legalization will drive down the cost, right? Because more players will come into the marketplace, it'll create more competition. Then what you need to do is your research and find the good companies. And
right. Hence why my 2 dispensaries are an hour away from me, because nobody else. There are more drug addicts in my town than in the whole fucking state. I live in like the ghetto. And
you seen the picture I posted on Facebook yesterday?
No offense to everybody in my town. I love you guys. Love you. But this is not the best area. We are in a very diversified area, and there are a lot of issues in this area with drugs and crime and stuff like that. That being said, you would think that they would put a dispensary right here in town, because this is where all the people live. But instead they put it 2 hours away, an hour this way or an hour that way. And these motherfuckers got to walk to their dispensaries, and I don't know. I can't.
Well, there's a business opportunity right there.
Oh, if I could afford it, I would put a freaking dispensary right here in my town. Stop freezing. You have such important information.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear you.
I'm not moving.
There you are.
Oh, here we go. Are we back?
Well, a little bit. Yep, there you are.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, the physical dispensary, there's $150,000 minimum.
Yeah, and I don't even think I think it's like a liquor license here in Pennsylvania. You can't buy one unless somebody goes out of business or you buy somebody out. I don't know.
Oh.
They only gave out a certain amount of licenses to each county, I think. Something to that effect.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, no, I mean, that's possible. Some of the provinces here, you can only buy, like in Canada, in some provinces, you can't buy liquor or alcohol outside of a government store. So, like in Ontario, you have to buy your liquor from the Liquor Control Board of Ontario. In Quebec, you have to buy it from the Société des Alcools de Québec.
as a business or as the human, as the consumer.
No, that's the store. No businesses can buy liquor, except restaurants.
Like
and
if I
bars.
I thought you meant like a restaurant or a bar has to buy it from the control board.
They do
So
too.
you're saying
But as an individual, you also do.
so there's
So
like
they
no
have-
liquor. There's no liquor store. You have to go to the control board and buy your liquor.
Yeah, exactly. Some beer and wine are exempt if the alcohol percentages are low enough. So beer's exempt. You can buy that in the store in most places. But yeah, if you're buying liquor, like real liquor, then you need to go to a government controlled outlet. So some of the provinces are the same with the cannabis dispensaries. They're government controlled. So you can't open them up everywhere. But in Alberta, where I moved from last year, and I'm thinking maybe not even 10 minutes of my house driving time, I could get to 6 or 7 dispensaries. So the competition was everywhere and the prices were great. And I can tell you in Alberta, an ounce of weed for the exact same brand is probably $30 more expensive in Ontario. So
Such bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
but I don't buy from the legal chain here anyway because I'm so close to the res, right?
Right.
So I head down to Tyne-Denaga. Did you see the picture I posted yesterday morning on Facebook?
Possibly.
Outside
Oh,
of it.
yes, pulling into the dispensary. Very beautiful.
Yeah, and they have the plants growing right outside. Big plants like that, already 5 feet tall. You know what I mean?
I didn't even notice that. How do they stop people from stealing their stuff?
Well, they got a fence around it, but at the same time,
maybe that's
it's
why I didn't notice.
It's a very heavily trafficked piece of road, right? Because you have gas stations and 24-hour restaurants and 24-hour dispensaries on that strip. So, for somebody to be able to pull in there and actually steal that stuff, they would have to be pretty ballsy.
They possibly could be a 24-hour dispensary. I didn't know.
No, they're not. They're not.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know there was 24-hour dispensary. See, we don't even have that. We have like 9 to 5.
Got a drive-through. There's a drive-through, 24-hour drive-through dispensary.
That's crazy. I need a doobie. Let me run down to the dispensary, drive through 8 o'clock. Midnight, pick up a doobie, go home.
4 a.m. if you want. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my way to work. I need a joint. Let me stop. Let me gather my coins out of my change jar here on the way out of my ashtray. Stop. Get me a doobie.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I'm moving to Canada.
The joints away. Like I go in there and I do my shopping and I get home and there'll be 3 or 4 pre-rolls in the bag that I didn't buy. That they just throw them in.
Just take these because you're DoktorHigh.
Yeah. No, they do it with everybody.
Oh,
they have big bowls of pre-rolls sitting right behind the counter, and you place an order.
At my place, they're like, "You want a pre-roll? We don't sell them there. We don't have pre-rolls in my dispensaries. Nothing.
That's for the week.
Nothing. Nope. No pre-rolls. No edibles. No nothing. I swear. Don't look at me like that.
Okay, in Messenger. You know what? I can't get it.
Don't look at me.
The Discord app on my phone, but
you're frozen.
Yeah, I got the Discord app in my phone, but I can't figure it out. Like I can't figure out how to get into that room. I can't figure out any of it. And I think the Discord I'm on in my phone was an old one that I was on from when I was getting into maybe buying a cryptocurrency meta mansion
All right, I'm going to run a commercial while you talk to Lori about Discord. We'll be right back. You're listening to Hippie and DoktorHigh.
Hello, this is Barbara Ann, and I love listening to WTHC Radio.
Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. Badger Heart Puppetry. If you need some kick-ass puppets, contact Thorge at 1-636-234-1535. He has all your puppet needs. He can fix puppets, build puppets, custom-made puppets. He has puppets off the rack for cheap prices. Contact Thorge today at 1-636-234-1535 or on TikTok or Facebook at Badger Heart Puppetry. He also makes LARPing items too.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I gotta tell you, I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too, but I'm glad we are.
Love has no labels.
I guess DoktorHigh, we should really talk about
political views, beliefs, and
little boxes and little Dabby a little bit because, man, that was an amazing show.
Wow, your story is so yeah.
And I want to know I want to know your feelings about it because I know you seem to be pretty in awe. Not in awe, I don't want to say, but you know what I mean. Like I was like, oh my God.
And find simple tools to start a conversation of your own.
I know one thing. This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together by having the courage to start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/one-small-step. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy
What'd
to
you say? I'm
understand
sorry.
and work with your lifestyle.
There's Flea just put out a new biography.
It's sponsored by
On the Red Hot
AARP.
Chili Peppers.
You know they got your back.
It's called Acid for the Children.
So wherever you are in your
Really?
retirement savings
Yeah.
journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's me, Mrs. Hippie. Check out Burn on TikTok at You Have Me Hooked. She's amazing. And everything she makes on TikTok, she sells at You Have Me Hooked 23 at Etsy. So you can watch her make it and she'll make personalized stuff. So if you have an idea, like I would like this thing made, she can make it. She can make anything. She's an incredible artist. Check her out at You Have Me Hooked on TikTok and You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy. Incredible artist. Check.
Came up here from the backwoods, gotta get to town, gonna grab some goods. Put on a mask, it's off to the neighborhood. Yeah, we live in a place called Peter Swamp, where snakes are big and the nights are long. We'd rather dance, you'll be there if we could. I never thought it would be this way. The whole damn world is such disarray. By the grace of God, we'll all rock again. We got loot and shoot, son of a guns. We got a virus here, so overrun. We ain't rock and roll, we ain't have no fun. Just wait for the glitter show to come on. If you ever get down to Peter Swamp, this thing's so big and the nights are long. We'll rock with the posse all night long. Brother Billy Crane's gonna play along. music till the break of dawn. We got Charlie Daniels, he's up next. He's one of the Southern's very best. Let's rock with him and all the rest. I never thought it would be this way. The whole damn world in such disarray. By the grace of God, we'll all rock again. Cause we got good shooting, some guns. We got Baxter's here, it's so overrun. Can't rock and roll, can't have no fun. Just waiting for the greater show to come on. If you ever get down the greater slump, when stakes are big and the nights are long, you can rock with the posse all night long. Everything will shine till the sun comes up.
WTHC, that's my good friends, the Pocono Posse, right out of the Poconos, right here where I am. That was Gator Swamp, and I absolutely love it. That's brand new by them, Pocono Posse. They're doing a big show coming up this weekend, I think. It's called something to the effect of Rock Ridges and Ribs or something like that. It's a Southern Rock Festival somewhere right here in Pennsylvania. I was trying to look it up. I apologize, guys. I love you guys. You know I do. Anyway, Dr. High, what's up?
You want to talk a little bit about Little Boxes on Friday?
Absolutely, yeah. That was an amazing show.
Yeah. That was weird.
You froze up again, but you're back.
Yes. Making some weird like
noises.
somebody's trying to call me.
That wouldn't be the nurse.
That's so strange. Oh, I see what's up. Okay. All right. So, yeah, what she had to say about her process was absolutely amazing. The tapioca multidextrin with the oil for the water soluble. I mean, it's a game changer. Right? For anybody with their own operations who's making their own medicine, this is right because it's highly beneficial.
You're breaking up so bad I can barely hear what you're even saying. It's pissing me off now. I'm gonna punch my screen.
Yeah, I think that's somebody who's trying to call me on Messenger. I think that's
anyway, start again because I didn't hear any of that. It was you started out with little boxes, how wonderful, making your own medicine at home. I got about to there, and
yeah, I mean, what she taught us how to do there, really is like a game changer, right? Because we all know that the cost of the medicine is expensive. But if you're able to utilize her technique and make it a water soluble powder, the benefit to you is that much more of that medicine is going to be absorbed when you take it. You're going to get greater effect from smaller dosing. It allows your budget to stretch further and makes the cannabinoids more accessible to your body. I mean, it's as good as it gets. Right,
and it all makes sense to you, and it all seems like it would work, and it all, you know.
Yeah,
not that I doubt her. I love her. She's a sweetie. I love her to death. But you know, I just, you know, I
Makes
want to know
total
your
sense.
professional opinion.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to giving it a try once I find some time to do it. You know, And that's what.
Now, you're more of an indica guy, right? So you're gonna try
No,
indica.
I'm more of a
right.
sativa
You're
guy.
more a sativa guy,
Yeah.
so you're gonna
But
go with a sativa powder.
I'll work directly from distillate for this.
Oh, okay. Because you
Yeah,
don't have to work from the plant, right? That's that. I
No.
thought that she was working from the plant doing this, and that's
Well,
why I was.
She does
confused.
her own extraction, right? She likes to do her own extraction right from the flower.
Oh, so
that's
she
fine.
is working from the plant, but technically,
Yeah, but it's not necessary to do that.
right?
You just need to get to the point that you have an essential oil in which to emulsify with the maltodextrin powder. So
Now if I have 2.5 grams, or no, 1.5 grams of distillate right here, what do I need to make my powder?
the tapioca maltodextrin, which you'd have to source from Amazon.
Okay.
And then you need a blender.
I have one of them Vita thing that she.
Yeah, one of those Vitamix blenders.
I got one.
So simply, you would take some MCT oil, which you could get at the pharmacy, or
I need that too.
Yeah, you need from the pharmacy or whatever the case may be. It costs you about $11 for a bottle. That'll last you forever. If I remember correctly, little boxes are saying she uses 2,000 milligrams
of.
So you would need 2 grams of distillate.
I only have 1.5 grams. I just told you.
Well, to follow her recipe to its exact conclusion, 2 grams into half a cup of MCT oil, and then into the blender with the tapioca flour, and just beat it until it comes back to being like it was originally, right?
Okay.
So
then it comes back as a powder. And then you said I could put it in a salt shaker and just salt it on my food.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could put it in my soup and turn it into crazy ass soup.
Yep.
I could put it in my bottle of ice cold water and I'm going to get fucked up.
Yep.
I could put it in my pie and I'm going to get fucked up.
Yep.
All right. Stop me when I'm not going to. I could put it in my ass and I'm going to get fucked up.
Twice as fucked up.
Whoa! Powder and Mrs. Hippie! I need powder on my ass.
All she needs is a straw from Burger King and you're ready to go.
That's how you inject. Is that how you inject it?
Yeah, sure.
Just a good blow up my butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's go on. I could
where's-
put it in
where's
my
Kelly-
beat.
Where's Kelly been today?
She's working. She's not on vacation anymore, so she's
No,
got.
no, I'm just looking at the comments that throughout the course of the day, I've seen vagina,
I know she's
dirty,
crazy.
and now
She's back
underwear.
underwear. She's in a different world over there.
Is this
She's
a
been
puzzle?
watching-
Are we
she's been
supposed to?
She's been watching porn all weekend.
Is that what's been going on? I'm just
I
wondering
guess.
if we're supposed to take these clues.
And make us.
Yeah, like is it a game? Are we trying
Murder
to figure
mystery. It's a
vagina,
murder mystery or
dirty
something.
underwear, and I just took a shower.
Oh, she's
Is that
telling
the
us her
resolution to the prior issues, or is that
dirty underwear, her vagina smells.
just don't know.
She took a shower.
What's up, Kyle?
Kyle, what's up, my brother? Welcome in, everybody. Good morning. I'm sorry, I said vagina. I kind of say it a lot. Just
You were
can't say
talking
the other
about
one.
that place in Saskatchewan, I think, right? Regina?
Regina, yes.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan. Do all the guys talk like that guy from
What letter,
Grown
Kenny?
Ups? No,
Or-
Grown Ups. The guy from Grown Ups on the
I
other
don't
side
know.
of
I've
the
never seen Grown Ups.
Hi, ladies. You never seen the movie Grown Ups with Adam Sandler and
Oh, maybe the movie. I thought you were talking about. Isn't there an animated series like that or something? I don't know.
It would be great if they'd made an animated series. We should make an animated series of the movie Grown Ups. That would be great.
I'd like to create some good little cannabis characters.
We're gonna. I think we're in the process of doing
DoktorHigh.
that. When I say we, I mean you. But yes, I think
Yeah.
we're in the process of doing that.
I want to start doing little education.
Cheers, stoners.
You know.
Yeah, education.
Doug's got that
We can put
broccoli
this-
there again. I like this guy. He's always telling us to live healthy, right? We got the green heart, the broccoli, fire for warmth.
Yep, he knows.
And he knows the broccoli gives us gas, so therefore the little cloud.
Right.
So,
I think that broccoli is the sign for weed. Because they don't let us put pot plants up here because we're not old enough.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not mature enough to use pot plants in our emojis.
I don't know why has nobody created a weed leaf emoji yet. There should just be a real one.
There should be.
I don't know why it's not out there.
Because they take it down. I'm sure it's been made a million times.
You know, Google's funny, right? Because you can use certain features within Google to search keywords, right? To see what words are being searched on Google, what people are typing in and things like that. But when you try to use that for cannabis, you can't get results.
That's when you go to look up Da.Hippie on TikTok, there's hardly any results. I put out videos that have anything to do with a couple of my friends may have already gotten bananas for our little picture here on TikTok because they don't agree with my green flower there. They don't like my flower.
See, bananas took me back to Lori on Friday when she said her puppet can swallow a whole banana.
Her puppet, the original one, could take a banana in the mouth sideways. For crying out loud.
Wow.
The mouth was from here to here. She could have put 2 bananas in that shit.
2 bananas in.
Anyway.
Now, look, here we go again with Kelly. I see Doug. He talks about the burning bush. And then Kelly
yes, I got
one.
She's got bugs.
What is going on?
She's got bugs over there. I think she's got bugs. She has to go to the store to get bug cream.
Oh, we're so rude.
Oh, that was
horrible.
What's your plan? Do you got another little while, or are you out of here? What are we doing?
I kind of need to get out of here pretty soon. I got a lot to do.
Yeah, me too. I got to be on the radio for another 6 hours. Then I got.
It takes me forever, right? I put up my first 40 listings in the Etsy store with the art. Do you know the complete 40 listings?
Sold already.
It is. I've made my first sale.
Congratulations!
So the store was open 3 days, and it made a sale. So that's really good. Thank you.
Already paying off.
To put up 40 listings, I have to post 400 images. 400 images with all the mock-up images and all that stuff so people can see what it would look like in their house or whatever. And I mean, for each image that I do, I have to do it into three different formats: a PNG, a JPG, and then a 2000 pixel thumbnail image. So for each picture, I have to manipulate it 3 times. And then I have to put it into 10 different scenarios, like the one behind me. This is one of my mock-ups for the product, right?
I love it.
So I have to put it into these. And then
one for sale?
Yep.
How much does a thing like that go for? Can I ask now that they're up for sale?
It's my grand opening sale starting today. Everything in my Etsy store, which is DoktorHigh AI Haze. So it's DoktorHigh AI Haze is 30% off, which means if you're in the States today, you can pick up one of these images for under $2. If you're in Canada, it's about $2.50.
I want that one. Claim.
You can order it right from Etsy.
I don't know how to get on Etsy. Damn it.
Well, you just use your computer.
But like, if it sells, then it's gone forever, or somebody else can buy it as well.
No, it's a digital download. So what I've done is I've made these images so that you can blow them up to 2 feet by 2 feet because they're square, right? So these are designed to have perfect resolution until they're 2 feet by 2 feet, or anything in a 1-to-1 ratio. So 24 by 24, 20 by 20. 16 by 16, 12 by 12.
2 feet or smaller.
Yeah, you can make it any size you want in that range. of one
Hang
to
it
one.
in your house, hang it in your office, hang it. You can go to that other place. What's that place called? Do they do it? They print them up, right? That
Oh
other
yeah,
place.
you can go to Walgreens, you can go to Walmart, you can go to
and have them put on like posters, like Curly Kell did with that one back
that's
there for me.
exactly the idea.
Yeah.
For
And then you
now,
put them up in your doctor's office. You put them up in your pharmacy. You put them up in your living
so it's a
room.
digital download that you can print on anything you want. Right? You can put it onto anything that you want. You could make a poster out of it. You could use it for
Can
your
I
phone.
put it on a cup? Can I put it on a cup?
Put it on a coffee mug. But you'll be able to buy the coffee mugs very, very shortly, because that particular image there will be going onto hoodies, t-shirts,
The one behind you.
tumblers. Yeah, that's going to be my premier image for the store.
Then you need to keep it, and then don't sell that one. That's yours.
No. That's going to be my. I think that's going to be probably my most popular image, to tell you the truth. It's so
it would
unique,
be,
right? I've never
it would
seen it
be
anywhere.
here right now if it wasn't allowed to be there. It would be here because that was my favorite image. I was like, I love the yin and yang. I love that. You could tell by our old logo it was yin and yang.
Well, I got some new yin and yangs coming. I worked on them yesterday. I have two others that are somewhat similar to that, but a little bit different. Both pretty cool too, though. And yeah, Kyle,
all your art is fucking amazing. Don't try to play it off like you don't know.
Download and get it printed off. You can go down to your local Walmart. They can print you out the poster. They can print as big as 24
They
by
can
56.
put it in a frame for you, and you can make it like a real picture and put it on your wall.
Yep. Well, Lori, simply head over to Etsy and see. You're going to find some cool images. I got 40 up there now.
$2 each, roughly?
Yeah, under $2 US today.
Today
30%
only.
off. No, I'm running that for the next 2 weeks. It's a grand opening. So until the 1st of August, everything in the store, 30% off.
So you made your first sale, and I was like, oh, it's paying off already, but not really. Somebody bought something for $2.
No,
I'm
they
thinking
bought
you're
it,
selling
they
these
bought
things
it at
for
full
$500,
price.
$600, $700, $800. I'm like,
No,
I'm never going to be able to afford. I'm so thankful that Dr. High gave me this beautiful picture. If I would have known, I would have bought the damn circle for $2.
This is a digital download. So even when they're full price, they're only $2.49 US.
Oh, for
now
crying out
I'm
loud.
going to be doing posters. I'm going to be doing metal wall art. I'm going to be doing canvas. I'm going to be doing some other things, but I'm going to slowly evolve that way with the images that are popular, because I can see what people are liking on Etsy, where they make their favorite, which ones they click on to view. And I don't want to, just make a whole bunch of images people aren't interested in, right? So I will watch the progression through the store. And as items are popular, they will become available, so you don't have to do anything yourself, right? You can simply place the order, and the framed image will show up at your house, a framed canvas, or the poster will show up in a tube, or the coffee
When
mug,
I redo my office, that's what I'm going to
water
do.
bottles, or
Redo it
whatever.
all with Dr. High art right behind
Well,
me. Back.
The next batch that are going up, I selected 60 images yesterday, and they're going to be Canna Goddess and skulls. So it's going to be all images of AI generated, of course, of
Beautiful women
with cannabis, cannabis in the imagery, or they're going to be
What about
skull.
handsome men like myself? Can you make some AI of me with some weed?
I didn't create too many male images. I tried to see how that would work, right? And that's how Spider-Man came about. I have one that's similar to Batman, but I just find that it can't get the
I can pose sexy. I can pose sexy. I think we can pull something off. A little AI hippie.
And it's strategically placed.
Yeah, I'll
11
take my
fingers
shirt
cannabis
off.
leaf.
I will take my shirt off. We can show off my tattoos on my chest. I will look like this.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll do something special for just the people who spend time with us here on WTHC Radio and our live streams. if they want to go to the website, DoktorHigh.com, if they're on the site and they see an image and they really like that image,
my nipple rings, right?
And it's not available on the Etsy store yet, simply let me know which image it was, screenshot it, send it to us here through Messenger or whatever the case may be, and I will get that image correct for you so that you'll be able to print it out and get it in the highest quality possible.
Yeah,
So
and you got to talk to Mrs. Hippie about this one. I'll have Mrs. Hippie reach out to you about this one and see what she needs.
Yeah, I got to try and find the original for that one.
This is it. I don't know how easy it's going to be for somebody to embroider this on my shirt, but
that would be very difficult to embroider because it's very complex.
I know,
but it can be printed.
Yeah, I know, but I want that embroidered on my shirt. So
yeah, that would be a tough one to embroider, just because I've been looking into that sort of thing, right? Because I thought about doing the yin and yang embroidered into a baseball hat. It's just too, and it won't come out well. So yeah, so Mr. Slow, let me ask you: you were able to get to the website? Were you able to enter your country as United Kingdom, and then you couldn't get any further, or where did you get in the process so that I can understand? So I need to talk to the company, right? I need to find out why you don't have access, because
remind me, Tim, I want to talk to you about that.
I should have customers should have access to that website from 26 different countries, and the UK being one of them. So I'd like to know where in the process you got stalled so that I can understand what happened. It's not Stitch Fix, it's custom ink. Yeah, because they can print direct to garment pretty easily.
He's saying they make patches like for their jackets, for their car clubs and stuff. I would love to get that skull with WTHC radio on a big patch on the back of my leather.
Well, there are, I mean, you can probably find a place locally, like
I don't know, no leather.
The guy who does my business cards here, he's got costs about $5,000, but he's got a sewing machine that he can input any image into the sewing machine, and and it'll stitch that design into material. So
yeah, I gotta find myself somebody that does this kind of stuff, like the stitching, the embroidering part, and make a commercial and barter with them for some shit, man.
Nice.
I can't afford all that stuff, but
well, I typed your name on Google and it popped up. So when I clicked when it said error. Okay, so this is the thing to do, Mr. Slow. Don't type the name on Google. Go to DoktorHigh.com. DoktorHigh.com. Go directly to my website. Go into the virtual dispensary and find the section. It'll pop right up that says nano-emulsified mushrooms. Go into that section and all the product in there. Click on any one of them. The coffee, I think we were interested in. Click right on to that, and that'll take you through to the website, and you should be able to get it, because I had no problem accessing the product that was available in the UK, but I didn't try to finalize the order, obviously, because I'm not in the UK. So why don't you give it a try quick, Mr. Slow, while we're on the show.
We take this commercial break and we'll be right back. All right. We'll be right back. You're hanging with Da.Hippie and Dr. High on WTHC, live on Live365 and TuneIn, and of course right here on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, men, this is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now.
Go outside?
You're going to go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you going to do? You're going to go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You got to dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. No, you won't. Because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick and proud Ann.
I'm right here
Watching
on
my nieces
YouTube,
grow,
man.
play,
Just
and
go to
learn is
WTHC
amazing,
Radio,
but not every
bruh.
child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids
Timmy,
in the
come
US
on,
are
Timmy.
hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions
Please hit
of
that
pounds of
subscribe
good
button
food
if you're
that
over
would have
there
gone
on
to
YouTube.
waste.
Make sure you're
This food is then
subscribing
provided to
and share it
families
out to anybody you know.
Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
I just want to give a huge shout out to Chuck over at Collins Painting LTD. You can find them over on Facebook. They're in Ellensville, New York. Wow, what a great team over there. Really amazing, and always supporting us here over at WTHC.
Hey, it's me, Mississippi. Check out Vern on TikTok at You Have Me Hooked. She's amazing. And everything she makes on TikTok, she sells at You Have Me Hooked 23 at Etsy. So you can watch her make it, and she'll make personalized stuff.
You can
so
buy
if
it
you
for
have an idea, like, I would like this thing
$4,999.
made, she can make it.
No, that's a mistake. $49.99.
Out.
You just put the decimal in the wrong spot.
You Have Me Hooked 23 on Etsy.
So there you go, Mr. Slow.
WTHC, Mr. Slow, he did it. He's a little slow. It's okay. It's okay. We worked with him. We figured it out, and we got it. He found it. He is able to get his emulsified mushrooms. Is that what we were looking at?
Looking at
in front of you. Yeah, you got to hide it right in front of you.
There we go. I don't know. This thing's crazy, eh?
Yeah, well, that's the green screen thing behind you. I could do the same thing. I have I can put the WTHC symbol. I do that on Discord now, but
I just like to switch it up. I like to have a different image every day if I can.
I like this. I like this image. It makes me look like you're out on the 10th floor of a.
This is my Hollywood Hills mock-up.
A hotel of some sort, a resort of some sort, looking out over Hollywood. Is that what you're looking over? Hollywood?
Yeah.
Hollywood, Canada.
You can buy it for $49.99. So you should be able to go. The Discord thing, I haven't been able to figure it out. I've been trying to figure it out, but we were talking about it earlier on the show today. I just have not been able to figure out how to find you guys. I was able to accept your invites, but I don't know how to find the room or where.
Are you on your phone or are you on your computer when you're doing it?
Well, on my phone, it takes me to a totally different Discord than I have on my computer. But the only Discord I ever use is Midjourney Discord. So I don't know how to connect to any other, what do they call them, channels?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but you could just look up WTHC Army and you might be able to find us. You could, and if you're on your phone, you have to kind of like slide to the left, and then you'll see the groups. And when you're in our group, you'll see our names. You'll see a room, and then the room will be full with people. Like right now, I don't know if there's anybody back there.
Well, I'm going to try and find it right now.
That's what we're doing today. We're working with DoktorHigh. We're going to try to get him sober up a little bit, come down from his high.
So I slide to the right. I search.
Right.
WTHC
space.
Army.
Yeah. Maybe that'll work. I don't know.
So I search and it says research far and wide. Unfortunately, no results were found.
Damn it, I'm missing. All right, that didn't work. Click on, he's not even in our cord yet.
Search. Hold on.
He's friends with Raggy, right?
Well, Lori and Raggy, I accepted their invites or friend requests or whatever you call them on here. But see here again, I searched WTHC. I can't fucking figure it out.
Me
I don't know. I really don't know. I just don't get it. Oh. Update your username. Could that be the problem?
Yes. Damn it, DoktorHigh.
Get started.
He's a very part of our group, Hippie. I don't know what that means, but yes, he is a very important part of our group.
DoktorHigh. Next. No, it wouldn't take my username. Oh, it's not even letting me take one.
Maybe somebody stole your name. That would suck.
No, because I got it when it says the username's unavailable, so I don't even know how to sign into my own damn Discord. Shit. I don't even know.
That's true, Kyle. You might be right. There might be a number after it. I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm totally lost. I'm on something called Pharaoh Gods. So I don't know.
You got to go to like the main Discord. Why don't you go out of Discord and like go to like your app store and try to install like Discord? Maybe you're in a different type of Discord, because I don't know anything about being able to make AI on our Discord over there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you can join in Discord the Mid Journey. So if you went and found Mid Journey, that's where you can create art. And that's in Discord.
Maybe you need to join music. Maybe that would help.
I don't know.
Because I might be in the music category. I don't know what I joined when I joined.
No, but Mid Journey is it's different. I don't know why it operates on Discord, but that's just the platform it uses for its creation. Except I was able, because I pay for my Mid Journey, I was able to create a private channel. And then I invited the Mid Journey server into my channel. So I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. I watched YouTube and figured it out, but I don't know anything about this Discord. I don't know. I'm confused. Very confused.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it either.
Kelly says I joined it already.
Yeah, Kelly says you joined it. Yeah, I don't know how.
I don't know how either.
Oh, yeah, no, you did, because I remember friends sending you a friend request. You have a friend request from me somewhere there, too.
That's very strange.
The day you joined, I remember, yeah. Yes, you can call on Discord, so maybe he can call you on the phone on Discord, and then he can help you walk through it. We're going to send the guy from the UK to help him. That's not good. Send the guy from the UK to help the Canadian. Oh, my goodness.
Well, you know, there's been a long-established relationship between our two nations.
That's true. That's true.
God save the king.
DoktorHigh, I'm kicking you out because I got to piss, and I'm done puppeting. My hand hurts.
It's all right. I got things to do, too.
And my hair is stuck in my hand here for some reason.
Velcro.
Get off.
Well, it's been a pleasure today. Thanks for spending some time with us. Been an enjoyable day.
Yes, absolutely. It was a lot of fun. It was a good time. I had a great weekend. It was great seeing you again today. Yep, I look forward to tomorrow. I will do some research tonight and get some stuff to talk about. And please, guys, don't be afraid to ask. Send it out to your friends. Tell people to come join us and hang out if they got questions. Anything from growing to blowing.
Or if you know somebody that's considering cannabis because they have a medical condition, but they're just not sure that it's right for them, have them join us one day. We'll spend the whole 2 hours talking with them. If you know what I mean, like
you gotta,
we're here to help. We're here to help if we can.
That's what we're here for. We're here to help spread the word, spread the gospel.
Yep, and maybe make you laugh sometimes too.
And
with our own foolishness.
Yeah, hopefully laugh a little bit as well.
Yeah.
That's what I'll try to do.
Yeah,
All right,
good
Dr. High,
stuff.
I'm going to pee myself, so I got to go.
All right.
I
Then
love
we
you,
can all
buddy.
laugh.
Yes, no. When I have to change my pants and all, I got to put a long Grateful Dead song on because I got to go get changed. Indigada Delvita, they're like, oh, he's dumb.
Yes. Yeah. Black Juju from Alice Cooper.
So, oh, yeah, right. There's another one. Yeah.
There's a good one. So, all right, everyone. Have yourselves a great day. We'll see you all tomorrow. Be safe. Stay stoned. And
yeah, stay lifted.
Peace.
Peace. I'm going to put on some Leonard Skinner. Here we go, guys. Some Leonard Skinner. We'll be back.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to get in trouble. End broadcast.